Hello, my fellow film nerd. How are you today? Righteous, right on. So, what can I do you for? Okay. So you want some film recommendations? Do you? So you're wanting to buy today? Yeah. Cool. All right. So, what are you thinking? I mean, what kind of movies do you usually watch? No, I'm not laughing at you. I mean, you're watching movies, right? So I want to show you some films, and there is very much a distinction, and you'll see by the time I end up showing you what I think would be good movies for you to buy today. Yeah, films for you to buy. There's a distinction, yeah. So let me just. It just so happens that I have a pile gathered here, just for when people like you who walk in. Not people like you, not you know, but it's just like people who don't have an experience with taking in film, you know? Yeah, so I have a few here. I'm gonna show you, and I think you're really just gonna, I think you're really gonna love these. So, yeah, so they're all classics. They all kind of like really hit the mark here. So, I mean, when we want to talk classic first and foremost, we've got to talk Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Listen. This film sort of changed my life. I mean, 12 years old, sitting in front of the television, my feet kicked up, just watching this absolute masterpiece of a movie, bro. I mean, how can you go wrong with Quentin Tarantino, who, in my eyes, might just be the godfather of cinema itself? All cinema. Oh, well, I mean, I know that because I have just, there is a collective agreement amongst film lovers, not movie lovers, film lovers, that there are like four godfathers, the founding fathers, really, if you will, in the Mount Rushmore of film. And they're Quentin Tarantino, yeah. Francis Ford Coppola, absolutely. We have Christopher Nolan, yeah, you can't go wrong with Christopher Nolan. And absolutely, I'll throw a little Spielberg in there. Why not? He's made some really good films. But nobody's gonna top Pulp Fiction and what it meant for the film genre. Yeah. You've never seen this? I mean, no. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of people who haven't. Mostly people who are too young to remember that it existed. But it's up to people like me who have to show them that it exists. People like us. You know, once you know how to love film. So this movie, we have. So right here we have Uma Thurman in that classic picture, the poster. We have beautiful performances by Samuel Jackson and John Travolta, who I think just sort of changed the game with what they were doing. And, you know, Tim Roth, Amanda Plummer, Christopher Walken, Bruce Willis. I mean, you can't go wrong with this movie, bro. No. Absolutely. So there's definitely that one I recommend. Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned Christopher Nolan to you. Absolutely, I've got to talk about him. Now you might be thinking, what's his masterpiece? Inception? You know, or Insomnia? You know, even we're going way back like that. Even his first movie, Following, right? Oh, you've never seen those. Wow. I mean, everyone's kind of seen Inception, but the one I have to show you. Now I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Yeah. Well, that's a quote from the movie. If you'd seen the movie, you'd understand the reference. But this is Oppenheimer, and you might be thinking when you hear Christopher Nolan's gonna make a biopic about the man who built the atomic bomb, who ended World War II. How is he gonna do that and not make it boring? You know what? And it is a bunch of old white men sitting around a table talking most of the movie, but that's what makes it good. Because unlike certain movies, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and watch, you know, Thor all the time. I want to watch film that actually says something, and this film says a lot. You have a star-studded cast. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, you have Robert Downey Jr., you have Cillian Murphy, both who won Oscars, mind you. You have Matt Damon and Florence Pugh. Casey Affleck makes an appearance, and we all know Casey Affleck is the best actor, right? Rami Malek, who, in my opinion, probably didn't deserve that Oscar as much as people say he did, but what do I know? You know, thank God that it was rectified when we finally had, you know, the deserved win last year. No, bro, I'm not talking about Michael B. Jordan. Like, that was a horror film. No, I'm talking about Adrian Brody, who really just stole the show. In that speech, that was brave, doing that, yeah. So, Oppenheimer is definitely one I recommend for you. It's 3 hours, but you know what? That's what it means to love film. You gotta have a commitment to the art. Yeah. Now, some people like superhero films, you know what I mean? Like, and you know, I could sit here and I could pull up this and I could show you a little bit of Superman, right? Yeah. No, James Gunn is the worst thing that happened to cinema in a long time. You know what I think is the best superhero film of all time? And you might be thinking I'm gonna say The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan, which is very easily second place. Nah. I think the one that I'm really into the most, the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Yeah, bro. Don't laugh. It's a great film. It's 4 hours of pure epicness. What they did to Zack Snyder, when they changed over the DC universe, was criminal. It was a hate crime. That's what it was. And this is where it's at. This is beautiful. This can bring tears to your eyes, bro. I feel like I'm gonna get teary-eyed just thinking about it. How beautiful it is. This is the Justice League story. Yeah. And you have Henry Cavill as Superman, who is unmatched. You have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, who is honestly the worst for it, but she's there. Ben Affleck for Batman, not the best, but he's still cool. And you know, you can't go wrong with Aquaman, Flash, and then that one. But it's a beautiful film, and it's just stunning. It's 4K. You gotta watch it in 4K, bro. What system do you have at home? No, it's just most people think that's completely fine. If that's fine for you, go ahead. If you're just wanting to watch movies, yeah. You need a 4K setup. You need that high def. You need the surround sound speakers. You gotta have it all, or you're just not gonna be able to enjoy film like you should. Oh, I feel like you just shot me in the heart. You watch your movies on a laptop? Oh. There's a right and a wrong way to enjoy film, and that is a wrong way. But no worries, we do sell 4K players here. Yes, we do. So maybe you're not into superhero films, you know, maybe you're more into horror, which I think most everybody is. Perfect, you know, at least you have that going for you. Well, I have a couple recommendations here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna show you. No, the black phone is not. I'm gonna show you some films, some horror films. That's why it's called that. first and foremost, we have Seven. Yeah. Yeah, we have a David Fincher masterpiece. Seven. We have Brad Pitt, arguably the best man of the 90s. We have Morgan Freeman. I don't think any of us can argue that he is God. We have just a beautiful, creepy story of a serial hunter. That's what he is a hunter. And going after his victims using the 7 deadly sins. And it's it's stunning. You can't get enough of it. It's one of those movies that just really grabs you by the ears and doesn't pull away. It's not afraid of itself either. Yeah. So, there's that one. Yeah. Now, I can't show you horror without showing you the first horror movie, and I'm calling it the first horror movie because I don't think anybody could rival it. Night of the Living Dead, George A. Romero. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you watch Walking Dead? No, I mean, it's a good show. Yeah, I guess, but it's not Night of the Living Dead. No. If you ask me, Walking Dead got too preachy when they started taking away all the men's roles, and I don't know, but this film is the first zombie film. And contrary to what most people believe, it did invent the word zombie, yeah. And you can't fact check me on that because I know that it's right. And whatever Google says, it's just the machine trying to tell you differently. But this is a really cool film. It's in black and white. Do you have a problem watching black and white films? Okay, cool. Because most people have a problem with it. That and subtitles. Some of the best films you're ever going to experience are in subtitles and black and white. So. And then yeah, I modern horror is still cool too. There's a lot that I don't know. I'm more into elevated horror. Yeah. Anyone can make a slasher. I mean, have you seen how deep they've ran that Scream franchise into the ground? It's ridiculous. Oh, you like Scream? You have all 7 films on DVD. I figured you would. Let me show you another film. This is film, okay? This is Ari Aster's absolute masterpiece. This is a godsend. He wrote this with a golden pen. This is Hereditary. This is Toni Collette, who is just absolutely perfect in her role. You can't get enough of it. And this is a story of witchcraft and synastry. It's just breathtaking. There's nothing like a horror movie that discovers and untangles grief the way this one does. Yeah. Oh yeah, and so many movies that try to replicate it, and they're just not going to. A24 is the best studio for films. Yeah. Bro, nothing else compares. It's the best studio. So, I definitely recommend that one. So I've shown you a collective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 films. Which one of these do you think you like? Or you like all 6 of them, maybe? So you already placed an order. Okay, what's your order number? Here's your copy of Barbie. Enjoy that. And whenever you're ready to make the leap into being an actual film lover, I'll be right here. So, yeah. Have a good day. Yeah. Some people.